everyone, I'm here today playing Grimshire. This is an early access farming sim game that has, I'd say, a bit of a somber mood to it compared to, some of the other farming sims out there like Stardew Valley and the like. It's a bit gloomy at times, which, interesting change. And your choices in the game have, you know, potential consequences. So far in the early access build, you can play all the way to the end of year one. So I don't know if I'll do a full playthrough of this game. My channel, I usually don't anymore now that I don't stream, but we'll see. I might put a poll up for you guys on YouTube to vote to see if you want to see me go through the entirety of the first year of this game. So yeah, let's just jump into it. Getting into like the tone of the game again, real quick. I'd say it's like a mix of Stardew with I was saying like Watership Down to like my friends. If any of you know that series, it's kind of like it has its joyful moments, but it's kind of like dark and gloomy at times. So yeah, we got character creation. There's three different species you can choose from, and they have different bonuses based on what you are. So rabbits, they recover more stamina from plants. Crops have more chances to have bumper crops. Have foxes, some more from meat. Bluggies, which are, when you farm animals, lay eggs more. And then bear, which is omnivore, which you get average amount from meat and plants. And bushes have a 20% chance to drop extra fruit. I'm gonna go fox this time. I have played through the game on my off time. I played as a bear and went in blind, so I'm a little familiar with the mechanics and I guess things to do and not to do to avoid terrible things potentially happening. But who knows, I might, lose track of what I'm doing in the game and we'll still see bad things happen. Alright, so I'm gonna be a fox. There are different professions you can start with. So Curry is run speed. Mermaid, get more stamina back from food. Merchant, increase sell price, decrease buy price, so you can get things for cheaper. Physician, bonus relationship points with the villagers. Naturalist, highlight forage in the wild. Noble, so you have 500 coins right off the bat. Prospector, highlight ore in the mines. Ranger, critters have a higher chance to breed twins. Students, 5% experience gain. Let's see. So I'm just gonna say this right off the bat for any of you looking out for this game. I don't know if it's only because the early access version covers just the first year or not, but you have limited points to spend on skills. Get up to like I think 30 skill points. So obviously, the one you select as your profession doesn't count. That's like a free zero cost one. But I will say because some of these you can buy, for instance, Noble, some of these you might not want to buy. You might consider them useless. Like Noble sounds really good because it's a lot of money right off the bat if you need it for like buying things. But once you get going in this game, it's kind of like, other farming games. Once you get going, it's very easy to make money. And if you have limited skill points, you don't want to spend it on something like this, in my opinion. Yeah, so yeah, since I've already played through the early access in my off time, I'm probably gonna be throwing little things in there for you guys who end up playing if you want, little tips, make things easier. I'd say the prospector, they'll highlight like ores and also, I think there was another one, highlight forage. Those are also more or less useless. They stand out very easy, to be fair. The ores and the forage so you can pick up. Picking up forage doesn't cost stamina in this game either, so you can, if you really have trouble seeing something for whatever reason, just spamming click doesn't matter. You can just pick stuff up that way. I might go with, to be fair, the increased experience gain as the free one, so that we can unlock the skills that matter more quicker, if that makes sense. We want to wear pants or a skirt? I think we'll go with pants. We're gonna be a farmer, you know, moving around a lot. I'm gonna name myself Blair. Let's see, fur color. What kind of fox do we want to be? I think I want to be like more like red colored. Yeah. I like the white. Eyes. Honestly, the blue already looks nice. Maybe we'll just leave it at that. Top. I don't know. Let's go with like a nice pastel purple. And pants. Darker blue. Yeah. That doesn't look too bad. Okay. Oh, there is difficulty selection. The game is grim and more challenging than you'd expect. Carefully read the description and choose a difficulty level. For those who want a less stressful experience, which I've been told or I've seen through like Steam forums and stuff, easy is also not super easy. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's probably easier than normal, but it's still difficult enough that you'll probably find enjoyment through it. Normal, way it's meant to be played, very tough and stressful experience. Someone's likely die if you're not prepared. And then there's challenge mode, a grueling experience that only the most prepared players should attempt. It'll be a miracle if everyone survives. Oh, and then there's an easy peasy. Have time to relax. We'll go with easy for this playthrough. I played on normal, and I will say it is tough and stressful. If you're trying to, you know, keep everyone alive, keep all your villagers safe. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, so there's kind of like the, what do you call it, Animal Crossing voices. You can turn this on or off in the settings, but I think I'll leave it on. And then, you know, with games like this, there's a lot of text, a lot of reading. I'm not gonna be reading, you know, the villager dialogue out loud when they're like voicing it. You guys can read. I believe in you. Currently, things are going wrong at the capital. Well, at least, you know, I guess I'm doing okay. I don't think I know her. Oh, a tragedy happens and he just goes back to bed. Okay. But I was, can we talk about how, like, what a name for your little village, Grimshire. Like, you've already set up for bad things to happen. Oh, cool. I guess yeah, free farm. I am the new farmer now. You're a terrible farmer, so they just up and left. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Right. Nice. Alright, let's see what's in the best we got here. So we got some cabbage seeds, fertilizer, fish for stamina, and dried corn. So stone bath. I guess we can this right away. Oh, here's tutorial basics removing. I'm kind of just gonna breeze through this because it hasn't been too long since I played this game last. I will say you can do a lot of the things just by like clicking on the mouse. So right now I'm like right clicking and you can pick all this stuff up with like left click. Get some radishes. Plants grown in high quality soil have a chance of producing a bumper crop and speeding up growth time. which I guess this is the bumper crop, maybe? I don't know. Basically, you want to, the standard, fertilize your plants for better results. And there are weeds you might have to clear that can prevent your crops from growing. We'll gather all the ones that are available. Get rid of these weeds. But we'll come back to, like, making the farm look nice. So, you press escape. Brings up all the menus. You want to go to quests. So this one, where it says meet everyone, you very much want to introduce yourself to the villagers. Because some of the villagers give you your starting tools you need, like the pickaxe and the axe. Just gonna go through. So here is the blacksmith. So he's who you go to upgrade your tools. Hey. Right, okay. Just pick that quest up right away and then go and see. We have until the end of spring to complete it. Same with talking to everyone in town, but we'll definitely have that done before then. I think I kind of ran past it earlier, but the blacksmith is all the way up there. Over here is, what is this, carpenter? It just says grown and mobile. Yeah, village carpenter. I like how they're always like, come back later, but we'll talk to him now to get the quest. I need medium wood. Okay. Oh, flooring. Thank you. Alright, cool. I'm gonna organize my inventory quick. So we got axe and pickaxe, which is, as you see, they're not in your inventory on the bar. The control, it's like this wheel here. It's separate. Doesn't take up inventory space, which is nice. And as you can also see, when you get close to, like, see these sticks here, it shows the axe symbol. You can still chop down and gather things, even if that's not the tool you have out. So right now I have the hoe equipped. So go up this way. Grab all the forage and stuff as we make our way through. A bunch of radish seeds. Oh, here we got our first, coming across one of the critters you can put and capture for farm aid, ranch aid, rather. The thing is, oh yeah, you can also, you're critters getting up there and wait, you know, turn them into meat. Yeah. It's like, I came across to you. I do not have... These go... They're called bluggies. They go in the coop. I don't have the buildings for you yet. I will say, so getting like a large farm growing, so a lot of crops growing, and then also having a coop, at the very least, are like the two big things to work towards at the start. Food is very, very important in this game. Like, they talked about how you can, like, sell your extra crops and stuff to make money. I would not recommend that. Especially if you're playing on normal or the challenge difficulties, you want to keep all of your food. You want all of that going into the root cellar, and you want to be getting the preservation skills and stuff like that sooner rather than later. So things like being able to smoke meat or salt meat will it last longer. Oh, but thank you. So this mansion in like her, actually, it's the museum. I'm gonna be comparing to Stardew a lot. You put your stuff in here, but instead of things like bundles, so like, you know, you got your fall crops, spring crops, etc., it's just based solely on the amount you donate. And you actually want to donate to, I guess we'll just call it a museum, right? You want to donate because when you reach certain milestones, you get blueprints for new food preservation things. So like being able to build a smoker, or being able to build, what are they called? Things that you can use to make like booze, or, jams, etc. So things that will allow you to store food for longer, because if you look, food decays in this game. So like these radishes, for example, spoil in 9 days. I'd say, like, besides giving your food to the root cellar that they mentioned earlier, he's like the only other person you'd want to give, like, something to if it's food. So we'll give her, you know, the radish and the mushroom we had. And then any other stuff we get in the future, turn it into her first. Okay, so let's continue on our, you know, quest to talk to all the villagers. I think there was someone else in the museum. I'll have to go back and look. I may have just walked out a little too early. Okay, cool. Some free juice. Let me go back into the manor over here. Was there someone else? There is. Interesting that I believe she's a beaver. She's a beaver, but she doesn't like fish all that much. Aren't fish like a major diet for beavers? I would assume, considering they're like water animals. Alright. Go over here. Salt ranch supplies. Okay. Oh, fence. Thank you. Nice. Okay, cool. Got some fencing. We got some food stuff. We're getting stamina back. think this is the mayor's house, which they have this chest here that's labeled as lost and found. So occasionally if you come check this, there'll just be like random items you can grab in there. Sometimes seeds, you know, or like furniture, or like crafting materials. So I just say, you know, come in here every once in a while, check it out. Howling. I don't know what happened. I don't know, I probably have amnesia or something. That's usually how these games go. Oh, he explains it. Also, I called Percy, I just realized. I called Percy Theo earlier in the video. Whoops. I'm already confusing the locals. I don't think anyone hangs out in the root cellar. I don't think we talk to you. Right, okay. Coin racks are very important. Meaning of a majestic elf. How would you say that? Elfeep? Because they're like sheep, right? Elfeep, yeah. Learn more about fishing, sure? Video. Alright, cool. That's another quest for fishing. I think. Let me look at the toolbar. So we're missing a few things still. Two of them are supplies you buy from the ranch shop. They're basically shears for getting wool, and then a milk bucket for getting milk, obviously. But we don't have any farm animals yet, so we don't have to worry about those. I will say, like I said before with the controls for this game, you can do a lot with just the mouse. Like I said in the bottom corner, F to reel, space to wriggle. If you press left click, it wiggles the line, and then you can right click to reel in, and also cast. So I feel like it's easier to do the fishing minigame with the mouse. Yeah, we'll catch some fish. See, it's got kind of reminds me of Animal Crossing, the puns based on the fish's name. A lot of these are going into the museum right off the bat. So we can start working on all of that. Unlocking things. If you want better catch rate for fish, upgrading the rod is actually important. I'd say at least one copper. Actually, I wonder if I have it set that you guys will see this. I do not. Alright, hold on. I was gonna say, I don't have the Steam overlay available for you guys to see, unfortunately. But I did take notes for this game about what all the upgrades cost, and also what food to use to lure the critters when you have a coop and barn. Basically, you don't go to, like, the ranch shop to buy animals to put on your farm. You have to go out into the wild and find one and give it its favorite food, and then it will show up on your farm if you have a coop or barn for it to stay in. I'm gonna put... we'll put the dried corn in there for now. And the juice. I'm playing a carnivore, so, like, any of this stuff won't get me as much stamina back as, like, these will, so store those away. And as you can see, there's a limit. So right now, there's, like, almost 10 days worth of food for the carnivores, about 10 for herbivores. They go through, like, you know, a day's worth a day. So you want to keep the root cellar stocked to avoid people from starving. I can talk to everyone plenty enough that we can kind of start clearing this stuff out. So, let's see. I think up here, you know, this far corner along this cliff edge, when we have the resources for it, and we'll want to put the coop and the barn up here. And again, I don't know if it's just because it's early access or how the game wants it to be, but at the moment you can only have one coop and one barn compared to, you know, something like Stardew where, like, you can build multiple on your farm. And then you can upgrade each one time. I think lets you have a total of, like, 8 animals in the coop and then the 8 in barn. I'm gonna click off from the meet and greet bus real quick. We need 20 medium wood. I'm at 15. And I will say, out of all the farm games, this is the one you very much want to make the most of all of the time you have available to you. Well, like, from the morning you wake up all the way to, like, you know, it's getting late and the game's yelling at you about having to go to sleep. Like, you want to make the most of your time in this game. Ensure you get as much done as possible, you know, you're gathering as much food as possible for villagers, etc. Definitely made the mistake with my first playthrough of just being like, oh, well, I'm out of stamina, let me just go sleepy sleep. No, don't do that. Use things to get your stamina back and, like, keep going until you can go no longer. I never took note of when shops close. I want to say it's probably the standard, like in the other games, like around 8 p.m. It's when, like, people's, like, homes and stuff close. We're gonna put the decoration stuff in here. Actually, get rid of this. We did get a bed. Put that down. Yes. Use a axe, pickaxe, or hoe to pick up the furniture. Furniture will change their color by interacting with C. I feel like this is a nice, like, little thing. Instead of having to go, like, buy a red bed or blue or green, etc., you can just change it. I don't know, like, this have to be a nice, like, purple. Anything else I should? Well, the bit of straw can go in there, I guess. I wonder if this can be sold. If we can sell this at the shop, might as well do that instead. Like, normally I'm a bit of a hoarder in games like this. So I'm like, ooh, new furniture item, let me just put that in a chest, even though I'm never gonna use it. Ever. I feel like in this game, maybe not do that as much. So let's see, we can... The books that are sitting here, like where you buy, sell stuff. Sells for... So this yellow number is what it sells for, and the white's quantity we have. So it sells for 16. Which is fine. Just get rid of it right away, and then talk to you, because we have the wood you wanted us to get. Ooh, a saw. Saw to cut wood into boards. Great. Okay, so if we talk to him again... I talk to him again. In order to, you know, have them construct things, and this also applies to the blacksmith with upgrading your tools, you have to go through all of their basic dialogue first. So, if we say we want something built, we get this. So, a coop will take us 400 coins, 40 planks, and 40 stone. Barn is 500 coins, 50 planks, and 50 stone. And then upgrading our little shack into a humble home will take 1,000 coins, 99 planks, 99 stone, 99 clay, and 30 iron bars. I will say that the coop and the barn are more important than the house upgrade. House upgrade, you know, it's kind of just like aesthetic thing. You don't need it. So we did that quest and he gave us a saw, so we can assume that doing the blacksmith quest will also get us something we need, so we're gonna go into the mines. The mines save... Oh, it'll probably tell us. Well, it'll tell us what ores and like things breaking. Go down a level, you find holes in the ground. Progress in the mine is saved, so you can leave and come back where you left off. So like every single level is saved. So if you make it to floor 3 and then leave the mines, you can come back to floor 3. Where there are weak spots in the mine which can cause a collapse. If it collapses, you will lose all progress and the mine will reset. Which I assume this is actually useful for if you've dug everything out, then you just hit a weak spot until it collapses, so everything respawns. And then spots on the ground you can dig up. So he wants us to get 5 copper ore, and you can see everything's kind of color-coded, so these like bluish gray ones are coal, these whitish silver ones are tin, and then just hitting the walls themselves, this is all stone. Because I don't know if I'll get there in this video or if I'll play this in a future video. What these walls are made of will change when you get lower, so I think in this one it goes from stone to salt, I want to say, which you can use in like preserving food. And then there are 3 different mines. So there's this one here by the blacksmith, there's one in the marsh area, which we have not gone to. The marsh, so... And then there's a 3rd one up by the mountain. A bottled surprise, these are like, they give you crafting recipes when you open them. Or like food recipes, so we learned how to make egg custard from that. Getting what is essentially bat poop, which can be turned into fertilizer. Okay, but we need to be looking for copper, so let's see. This is all coal. Be on the tab with my food to get stamina back. There we go. So here we go. These orangish looking ones are copper. We need 5. So grab this. So a lot of these, like the quartz I'm getting in other, what would you call them? Gems, I guess? Gemstones that you might find, like rubies, etc. I didn't really see crafting recipes that use them. Quartz is the only one I know of that is tied to a crafting recipe, but the other ones you get, like ruby and so on, you could more or less just sell to merchants in town, I'd say. At least that's what I did. It's like one of the easier and quicker methods of making money in this game. Blacksmith is not here at the moment. Oh, he might be... So there is the tavern in town. I think everyone goes there more or less every night, it seems. Let's just... This is like the church. Temple. Same thing. Oh, click through. I'm sorry, I thought you were done talking. You should help brighten up your place. Windows? Yeah. Don't know why my house didn't already have windows on it, but sure, that works. Oh, let's talk to you before you wander off. New person? Shipping station. Okay, very useful. Thank you for doing this. Anyone else in here? Everyone. Okay, can I do the... I turn in my quest. Okay, apparently not. Did I not get enough? It was just copper ore, right? Oh, I didn't. I'm like one short. Whoa. That's my bad. Ooh, free soup. My inventory is full. I'm gonna eat that soup right away then. Okay, well I think that's everyone we're gonna find here for now. Let's go back to our farm. Need to offload a lot of this stuff. I don't know if did I pick up any preserved food? No. know it's getting late, but I do want to do a bit of farming stuff, clearing out this broken fence and probably these weeds. I don't think I'm the best place for everything. I think for now, just put the cooking station right there. This one window is fine. Store the decorative stuff. Get the saw in the drying rack. Okay, get a skill point. And we look at skills. Well, there are different tiers. So obviously the ones in tier 1 only cost 1 skill point. There's tier 2, where they cost 2, and tier 3. This one is, you know, based on what animal you picked at the start. And then, of course, you know, which one you got from the free selection. And as you see, level 2 out of 30. So you have limited skill points. If we're looking through the list and what's useful, I would say cardio, increase max stamina is a good one to get. Because you're likely to be scared away from wriggling your rod too much. The fishing minigame's pretty easy. Kind of difficult to wiggle your rod too much. It's from, like, my experience with it. So I'd say this one doesn't matter all that much. 50% chance not to collapse the mine. That's up to you if you find that useful or not. It's just like if I hit a weak spot, which they're obvious, I just stop mining on that section. I would say learning new cooking recipes, this one kind of useless. Because you get plenty of those like messages in a bottle that get you recipes. Both crafting and cooking. So these two, I would say ignore. Here's gain +1 happiness, 1 pet. I'd say you can also ignore this one. So you'll be petting them daily when you get them anyway. And their hearts seem to go up fairly quick. Compost piles take 1 less day to complete. I'd say this one is a little useful. Compost takes like 5 in-game days. So if you want more fertilizer faster. Seed finder. Weeds have a small chance to drop an in-season seed when picked. This one is an extremely useful skill, I would say. Something to get sooner rather than later kind of deal. This and probably maybe cardio. Then tier 2 courier, run speed. I've been sprinting the whole game. Feels like you already go fairly fast. Gourmet, 30% more stamina from cooked dishes. I feel like this is up to you. If you go through stamina super fast, it might be useful. I didn't do a lot of cooking in my playthrough on normal because all of the food I more or less had from like farming or ranching went into the root cellar. So I didn't really have leftovers for cooking myself dishes. And then cooked food also, you know, has an expiration date, just like the food you gather. And it's usually something around like 2 days, so very short time period. So it's not useful for putting in the root cellar for the villagers. Merchant's a good one. If you're trying to make a lot of money fast. The musician, I guess I'm going off of, is this skill useful for your survival and the survival of the town? Kind of for importance, right? This one, not really. But like I said with the earlier at the beginning, the naturalist and prospector kind of pointless and useless. I would say the same for Noble. Rancher, this one's probably good if you collecting a lot of meat. I'd say Angler is also super useful. 20% chance to gain an extra fish when catching a fish. Arborist, gain +2 wood when cutting down trees. So for if you're doing a lot of crafting and building that requires wood. Chance to not consume stamina for every action, that's probably super useful. Gain 30% meat. I'd say a lot of, more or less, the skills in the tier 3 are all super nice. 20% less resources used when crafting. Forge plants have a 20% chance to drop an extra item. 10% chance to mine an extra ore. Crops have a 10% chance to drop a seed. I say, well, all of these besides Social Sleuth are probably really good. But we have one skill point. I'm gonna do, probably right off the bat, Seed Finder. Because we do have all of these weeds on our farm currently. These little grass patches, I guess you call them. And as you can see, I already got a cabbage and carrot seeds from it. So, and it doesn't cost any stamina to get rid of these weeds, so that is a bunch of, free seeds. We're just gonna plant what I have currently. All the seeds are already getting late in game. I think, you want to be in bed before midnight, more or less. You don't lose anything if you're not back by then. Like, inventory-wise, you just, wake up the next day with lower stamina. Like, half stamina or something like that. Goat woman passed away last night. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, well, thank you, Edgar. Days ago, the capital was called in flames and violence. It's been days already? Not just one? I guess maybe I was unconscious for a bit when they first found me. Alright. It just left me on the mountain. It's fine. I'm gonna go to... It's raining, I don't have any more crops to plant, really. Unless I want to put down seeds. Start growing hay. But I'm gonna reserve growing the hay for its own separate plot, essentially away from the food crops. This hay, once you plant it, constantly grows all the way until winter. And then it just kind of slowly starts to die. Oh, okay, so here's the way to another 4, and then there's also water. Just dig up this way and see if there's anything useful to get before I go down another level. I'm not going to spend all my stamina being in the mines. Just get enough copper to turn in for that quest, and then there's still some tools I need to get, so I gotta go speak to you remaining villagers. They just grab that stuff. This out. Oh, copper bar. Nice, useful. Saves sometimes melting later. I'll get that last bit of copper, and then I'm gonna do something a little gimmicky. This might get patched out of the early access, but if you save and quit, and then, you know, continue your game, it will drop you at your farm instead of where you were. So, you know, if it's really late at night, you know, you spend a little too much time in the mines, you're worried about getting back, you could just do that. I have done that plenty. Like I said, it might get patched out. I kind of hope they don't. Just because with, like, how difficult this game can be, having, like, such a, you know, time saver like that. It's super useful. Okay. Let's go into town. It's still raining, so we can't use the drying rack at all. Oh, we did catch a whitefish, so I can talk to you about that quest. Go for it. And to catch the fish, place in water and give it bait. Okay. So, fish trap. Yeah, again, comparing a lot to Stardew. Similar to crab traps, but just for, like, all fish. And I think you can only place them on your farm. Or at the very least, you know, I haven't really tried to place them anywhere but on my farm. It's because it's just easy access to have it right there, where you can always see and reach it. Just to free up inventory space, I think... I wish there was a good way to save and, like, look at your farm map for, like, placement. Because I don't like one-time moving while I'm trying to think of where I want to put things. I want, like, this to expand eventually all the way out here, and maybe down here. The amount of crops we're growing. Maybe I'll have it go all the way back, and then want, like, coop, barn somewhere up here. You kind of need quite a lot of drying racks for things. So maybe instead of having like crops here and crops down this way, I'll just have drying racks directly across from crops. Yeah. They do not work in the rain, so like it's raining right now, we put food on that, it won't be drying. I just think, let's just put things like, I don't know, stuff for wooden logs and stuff over the other side of the house. I'm just gonna drop my medium wood in there and start getting logs made. And we have the copper ore we need to turn in, so go do that. Oh, let me go like the longer way around. So we're gonna go down here. It's over this way more, yeah. Over here, clear these out. It's the way to, what do you call it, marsh or swamp? It's two of the villagers live all the way out here. Let's see if they're home. They are. Oh, okay, scythe. Okay, very good. That came down here. Okay. So now, besides the shears and the mud bucket, we're missing one other tool. I'm trying to think what it is. Pickaxe, hoe. Oh. Water bucket, or whatever. Watering can is the word I was thinking of. And my mind just like blinked on that. Okay, cool. So now we know how to make a smelter. Oh, active quests. So got 7 more villagers to meet and 25 items to donate. Okay, let's see. We've been in there. We've been here. Okay, cool. I got a simple table. Thank you. Did we talk to you? Nope. That's a lot of questions to throw at me all at once. Where did it come from? Okay, well, the capital. Staying here now, yes. My name, Blair. I have a family? I don't know. Probably not anymore, considering how things are going at the capital. Favorite color? Purple. You like beetles? Yes. 1 gold in my allowance. Okay. Let's drop all of these off. 13. Reach 25, we unlock blueprint. Stone, okay, nice, thank you. I think we talked to them. That should be everyone here. There's a... Yeah, I don't see anyone upstairs. Okay. I think most of the people I might be missing are... they're Stoats, right? The family that runs the general store here. We met you. And carrots? Okay, probably store those in the food storage. Alright. Let's see here. Well, first things first, we should probably, you know, get many things going crop-wise as possible, so let's get some cabbage seeds. And some carrot seeds. Debating on if I should spend all my money. I know they just gifted me a table, but I'm gonna sell that, to be honest. We're not gonna do a lot of house decorating. We're focusing heavily on growing food and raising critters. Yeah, I might just spend most of my money. For stuff like that. Okay. I'm going to... There's plenty of food in the thing for now. For everyone, so I'm gonna... The fish. Get all my stamina back. I'll put the dried carrots in here because they don't give me a lot of stamina back as carnivore. Then hopefully it stops raining here soon so we can use things like the drying rack. Alright, we got a scythe. I am gonna clear these out. Oh, hold on. No, I'm already forgetting. We still don't have a watering can for plants, so when it stops raining, we'll be in trouble. Have we been in here yet? I don't think so. Here we go. Compost bin. Not what I was expecting. I thought you would give me the watering can. Who gives me the watering can, then? Who are we missing? We're missing 2 people. I guess look at this. Okay, so we're missing one of the Stoats and... Beatrix and Erica. And then Finn comes back on Saturdays or Sundays? He's the one that left on the boat. So we won't be seeing him soon. Oh! Here's Erica. Oh, crafting table. Very nice. We definitely need that. Good thing I found her. Now to just find, I believe, your wife, who is right here. Not, you know, the bunny's wife, the Stoke who runs the shop. Anyway. Okay, special request, let's go. 5 carrots. Alright, okay. And she gave me the carrot seeds. We're gonna mark... Talk to Theo when I'm done. Okay, we can go do that. We're gonna mark that one. 5 carrots for Beatrix. Hey, Theo. Should be in here. Yeah. Oh, you gave me cheese. A wedge of cheese. Nice. Okay, let's take our new things and go back to the farm. You got stuff to clear out. Things to place. The question is, like, for this, how close do I want it getting to my house? There's a limit. Like right there. We could have, like, the compost and stuff right here. Or I could have it down here. But for now, let's just put it by the house, yeah. Then we'll just start putting plant debris in there. Take our crafting table, that right there. So here are blueprints. So smelter takes stone and coal, which we have plenty of right now, so let's make one of those. We could make another compost bin, if we so choose. With how long it takes fertilizer to be made, we might as well. And kind of just have these like back to back, and put the smelter over here. And let's start with copper, because that will be the first thing we need for upgrading our tools. Now, I kind of quickly clicked through the tutorial, but you don't want to, like, overload the fuel in things like the smelter, because it will keep eating your fuel even if you don't have ore in there to smelt. But, like, once this copper ore runs out, if you have extra fuel, you're gonna burn through it. So it gets, like, wasted. Oh, I don't fully remember how much coal does. I think it's like... I want to say like 30 minutes per coal thing, but that could be way wrong. Don't quote me on that. The easiest way to figure out like what fuels burn for like what amount of time is when you build the smoker. Is it pretty much outright tells you. Get rid of all these dead plants. And then this going. basically I'm going to be wanting to clear the land for putting crops down, and then also have the space cleared where I'm going to want the coop and the barn to eventually go. Let's see, for right now, this might be pretty decently sized. Let's get all our carrots going. Pepperwort seeds. Spring, summer. I think these are like a flower. I'm onto the hay, that's going in its own little place. And then I do have compost, so let's put that down on our carrots. Alright, and then pickaxe isn't, or not the pickaxe, the axe, the rusty axe, is not strong enough to get rid of these trees for the moment. Let's focus on the maples. Oh, I also got cabbage seeds to plant, but planting doesn't take stamina, so we'll do that after clearing stuff out. I think I'm gonna want barn coop kind of back here. Maybe not like back behind, like if I were to expand this all the way back. Have a very, very large farm. Maybe not back here, but over this area maybe? A bit off to the side. Gonna buy this cliff, you know, more behind the where a house is sitting, I guess. There doesn't seem, or at least I haven't tried, but there doesn't seem to be a way to move buildings once you place them. Like if you don't like where you put your barn or your coop. I'm really bad with villager names, I'm so sorry. But if you talk to, you know, the carpenter, there's an option to remove buildings. But I don't know if that's just like, it's gone and then you have to rebuild it, or it's like you can move it somewhere new. It's getting late. That is fine. I've got plenty of time. Get more crops planted. Ran out of stamina, but I do have this cheese to eat, so we are gonna go all the way up until, you know, the game starts yelling at you to go to sleep. Work on clearing out where I want actually barn and stuff to be. Which I won't be able to cut down these trees until I get the axe upgraded. But we can have all this little stuff cleared out, at least. There we go. And then I'm out of stamina, but we can go, you know, pull these weeds and get more seeds and the like, hopefully. Also, you want to definitely play on normal, 100% playing on like challenge mode. You're going to want to grow your farm as quickly as possible. But I would also say with that, to conserve stamina, you're going to want to get, you can build you know, what are essentially sprinklers systems. You want those in place as soon as possible as well, so you're not wasting a lot of stamina watering your crops. You can conserve that for other things like fishing or being in the mines. Okay, let's get these planted before we run out of time for the night. And yeah, go to sleep. Okay. Oh, okay, I guess Theo is not a morning person. That's what he's worried about, the imported cheese. I don't have to pay taxes? Oh, nice. I mean, hey, I was told about the root cellar. I don't know why I have to go see it in person. Feel like I could. I mean, I already found it easily enough. Okay, cool. Oh, yep, see, they even hinted at it. Go donate things at the manor to get more pres preservation recipes. Oh, Percy's got a little crush. Right, yeah. Okay, you have a lot of work. I also have a lot of work farming. I don't really have anything to donate at the moment. Plus, I'm still good on food for now. So yeah, one thing I will say about the root cellar, um, and it's something I hope they fix or update or change in the future, is they talk about stocking up a lot of food, right? Um, some preservation things you can do are better than others. Like smoking food still has an expiration date. The only foods that don't ever expire are ones you salt, or you put pickle vegetables, etc. Uh, The problem is so you can store multiple means of food in the root cellar, like smoked fish, pickled food, and the game doesn't seem to, when it, you know, hands out food for the day to the villagers, it doesn't focus on things that are about to expire. So you might stock up on like a lot of smoked fish and then have all of that smoked fish go bad because the villagers don't get to it fast enough, kind of deal. It's like they don't focus on like what's about to go bad when distributing food. So you might be like, oh, you have a deadline for all this food you need to stock up, and then, a bunch of food rots, and now you no longer meet that deadline, kind of deal. A little frustrating in that way. Because it kind of makes it seem like, okay, well then, like, only ever, like, salt and, like, pickle your vegetables, and then I guess if you're really desperate, add smoked fish and or dried stuff. Or you're, like, super on a crunch, just the plain old, hasn't been altered at all food. Alright, we need planks to make drying racks. I'll grab these, put more wood in there to make boards, and we're just gonna... You can only really make one with the planks I had, but yeah. We want a ton of drying racks. It's like the earliest food preservation thing you get, and I think dried food is like second to, like pickled and salted food. It's like pickled and salted stuff never spoils. Dried food tends to last for a very long time as well before it spoils. Like if we're looking at like preservation, it's pickled, salted, dried, and then I think smoked food after that, and then of course anything that hasn't been altered. Because you'll see some of the crops when you pull out like radishes, it's like this spoils in 8 days. Also, get all my crops watered, which I have cabbage seeds, so this is gonna... just gonna pop those down. Water those. And then I'll say, well, let's see. I'm trying to think of like where to put like hay that I'm gonna grow. For doing the crop stuff. You know what, maybe we'll just do it like way up here or something. Some little corner. Right near, the river. I don't think it really matters where it goes, but... We want to start growing hay because that is how you feed all of your critters you get. And then hay doesn't need to be watered, thankfully, so you can just, plop these down and forget about them. It'll just grow on its own. Oh, I missed some seeds. And then, real quick, I don't have any, like, other chests at the moment, but we're gonna store some of this stuff. What does it take to make a chest? Did I ever get the blueprint for that? It takes planks and copper. Right. Copper bars. Well, for now, we'll just store those things. The worms are used to make fishing bait, along with mush, which is, you know, food that has gone bad. I'm just gonna eat the worms as is because they count as meat. You get stamina back because we're going in the mines. We're spending today mining because I want to try to get my money increased, but also I want to, you know, get a bunch of copper for upgrading the things I need to upgrade. Or upgrading things as quickly as I can. Well, you know, there isn't a food crisis going on. Like, go to the mines before things start getting bad. So, like, what I want to work towards is getting a coop. So, for that, we need at least 400 coins. So, we'll be selling, like, things like the quartz or any other gems or, you know, minerals to people in town, to the blacksmith, to get money. And then I need 40 planks and 40 stone, which I already have 40 stone. So once we have enough money, we'll be good, and planks will be good for making a coop. And then to upgrade tools, it is 500 coins and 20 copper bars per tool. So I'd say the most important tool to get right off the bat is, I'd say, upgrade axe so you can cut down more trees. And then if you're struggling with catching fish, upgrade fishing pole to at least copper. I never really upgraded it past that, and you, I'd say, would catch fish about 80% of the time. Some of the, like, you know, rarer fish you'd still miss on, but, like, upgrade fishing pole up to copper so you have an easier time getting meat for carnivores, because fish are, like, the easiest thing to get to feed them. And then I'd say axe, and then pickaxe for when you're starting to, you know, you have to go to the other mine. The one in the marsh is when you need to upgrade pickaxe. I'm gonna go aiming for all of the ore deposits that I can. And then if I see anything interesting off to the side, I know it's a little dark for you guys, you can get lanterns that you can place in the mine to, I guess, brighten things up. I never use them. I don't know, I guess if you have, like, brightness and or gamma up high enough, you can kind of see off to the side fairly well, like, what's over there. Like, I know for the game, you guys, your visibility is lower than mine, but it's like I was breaking through the wall, I saw these quartz nodes. And then these chests, which, let's see, copper bar and dried sunflower that can go in the root cellar. And then if you break the chests, you get planks. You know, less wood I have to go shop and get to get planks for crafting. Like, I can see off over here there is some copper. Those. And there's another chest over this way. I think from that, what did I get? Vinegar, which is, you know, never spoils. You could just eat it as is, but it's used for, like, preserving foods later on. And then kibble, which is for, you know, critters. Feeding your farm animals. Right. Like, as I'm mining, I also want to be looking for exit to lower floors. Might not find. Have to some of these. Don't give me as much stamina back as something like fish, but at least they give something. And there's the way to the other floor. Break this real quick. Alright, I'm gonna go down. Excuse me. No, I'm gonna do my little gimmicky thing to get back to farm fast. Alright, add more copper to that. I had 10 bars. I have 7 quartz. I gotta look at. Do you already know what quartz is? That's the cooker. Quartz is 4? Okay. So this is the only recipe I know of where it needs, you know, one of the more unique, I'm just gonna call them gems. Gems. And it's the fish traps, and you need 5 quartz to make them. If you have the money, you can also just buy fish traps from, what's his name, Wilfred? The beaver that runs the fishing shop. Maybe got his name wrong. Like, I'm not too pressed on eating fish traps because, 1, you need to put kibble in them for them to work, and 2, it's just like, I feel like you can get fish faster just fishing with the fishing rod. So I'm gonna, all the quartz I have, I'm not gonna save any of it for making fish traps. I'm just gonna go sell it so we can start getting money to, you know, get the upgrades and stuff we need. I'm gonna eat this dried sunflower real quick, saving the mint because that can go to the museum. Do I have any other seeds? I do not. I'm gonna sort that. There we go. Alright, we're gonna go store the mint, and then I'm probably gonna spend time fishing. Because having fish on me that I can put in the root cellar will be nice, and then also I can eat fish to get a bunch of stamina back. Click the wrong thing. Plus, you know, if we get any new fish we haven't caught yet, they can go in here. We'll need 11 more items to unlock blueprint. Here's fish. I don't know if I can cast out far enough for that one. It's on the other side. Then, I always forget to look. If you look at villagers, the ones with question marks, that's like, you know, quest in progress. I think if they have an exclamation point, they have a quest you can go get. I have failed quite a few quests just because I I guess, grab them too late, learn about them too late, and be like, oh, this is due like summer 24, and it's like summer 22. It's like, oops. I say just check that tab regularly and then grab quests as soon as you see them. Okay, got 2 new fish. I am on a stamina. Let's eat these radishes. This can go into the museum. I have a few coins on me. Let's see. Might go back in town real quick and go to the inn. So they sell food I can use to get stamina back. I can also, because it really doesn't matter who you sell to, just get rid of the quartz. I'm gonna get rid of. And then let's just buy, yeah, the carnivore stuff. Let's just get like 2 things to eat. Yeah, there we go. And then just, you know, go around everywhere we can go fishing and then grabbing any forageable stuff. Okay. Wheels, nice. Lamprey. That's an interesting one to get. But let me see. How many is that for? I have 14 in there now. So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 6 more unique items that we haven't donated yet. Okay. Pike, so 5 more. I feel like I'm getting really lucky. I haven't like missed any of the fish yet. Usually with the starting rod, I failed like, well, at least a couple of times. Okay, cool. We got a clam. Turning late. But we're gonna keep going. Another mushroom over here? No. Alright, let's check out here. Oh, I haven't been looking at an inventory space if I'm running low. Oh, yeah, see, we missed that one. Got like 5 slots left. And catfish. I don't know, that didn't really look like a catfish, that fish image. I'm gonna move too far away. There we go. I'm gonna also clear some of this stuff out of the way, so it's easier to kind of move through here. You're getting like stuck on like the little sticks. Oh, let's get that one. I don't see any. Oh, there's a little critter, but I've got a coop. Okay, inventory full, can't pick up. Do I have anything? I'm gonna get rid of the sticks. You want those seeds. We also want the leaves dropped? Hmm. I don't know. Kibble isn't hard to make or grow. Actually, we'll get rid of the one seed so we get the leaves instead. So it's the actual food item. Okay. We do have some seeds. We're gonna plant those real quick. And then make a giant rack real quick and put some of the fish and stuff we got on it. There we go. Oh, village meeting, okay. 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 And now we're to one of the other big mechanics in this game, which is, I guess you'd call them community projects. I believe you can only choose one or the other. So if you build Hazel's herb garden, you can't build Rose's mushroom hut, essentially. Um, I built the herb garden in my other playthrough, so I will be choosing the mushroom hut this time around. Everyone's so excited. Okay, so let's go check what that's about. Hazel's house is up here, so let's see, what do we need? So we need 150 hardwood, 150 medium wood, 75 sticks, 200 stone, 100 compost, and 10 moral mushroom. Well, I have some mushrooms, so we'll make those right away, and I guess I can give some of my and stone right off the bat. I'm saving them for, Coop, but that will just have to wait. Now, I'll say, these community projects, does it tell me? They do have deadlines, as you can see, and there are consequences for not meeting said deadlines. I don't want to spoil too much about it. I don't know if I already did earlier in the video or not, but yeah. Alright, give all of these away, and there we go. We've met the 25 for our first blueprint. Nice. So we learned how to make a smoking hut. And I guess it's showing us right there at 50 specimens we'll learn how to make... they're not called sprinklers, but they essentially do the same thing for automating watering your crops. Right, smoking hut. Where am I going to put you? I guess we'll put you down here. Say right here is fine. So as you see, you can't smoke vegetables, but you can smoke fish. So if you see it, these will take 6 hours. I think anything you put in there takes 6 hours. And then the smoker is how you learn how much a certain fuel type gives you. So as you see, coal, I was way off. I think I said 30 minutes. Coal gives you an hour and 30 minutes of time. So, you know, use that information for the smelter that doesn't tell you. These still have 16 hours. We can put things like the ferns and the mint in these, and then our radishes and flowers. I could put in there, I guess. Well, it's an hour and 30. I don't know, someone do the math for me. How much coal is that? So, okay. That's 3 hours right there. 6, 9, 12. $14. Wait, hold on. Am I doing this right? Yeah. 6, 9, 12. Nope, I feel like I fucked it up. 6, or 3, 6, 9, 12. So you'd need what? 16 coal is 24 hours? I don't know, I can't math. Alright. Gotta switch to watering for my crops. Allow anything that is done. And then I guess we really need to get to, like, that 50 specimens, because watering crops by hand takes a lot of stamina. Oh, but we got skill points. Let me see. I think I'm gonna go with the cardio one. Yeah. We'll get that max stamina up. And then I still have 1 skill point. Are there any other tier 1 things I want? Maybe compost? I might hold on to it so I can get, like, other tier 2 things. Or tier 3. I feel like getting angler would be really good. And then you use a lot of wood, both for crafting for yourself and for, like, the community stuff, so that might be another good one to work towards. But maybe also, like, forager. That was just for my other playthrough, I struggled probably because I didn't build my farm, my crops up a lot right off the bat. It was really easy for me to get food for the carnivores. In late game, it was extremely difficult for me to meet the requirements for, the herbivore food needs. So maybe getting skills that increase, what you get from crops, and then, like, foraging are probably better at the start. Because, fish are always available in, like, every season. And it's pretty easy to get a lot of fish, going around fishing. And, like, when you have a coop and, like, barn going, obviously, like, being able to, hey, this, you know, I'll feed your sheep are, like, max weight, you know, turn them into meat. That also helped attribute to getting carnivore food up real quick. I'm gonna do a little bit of fishing. We're gonna get 6 more fish so we can fill that up completely, so we're not wasting any fuel for smoking. Maybe we'll get, you know, some extra fish for, myself for getting stamina back. And then we're gonna want to spend time basically cutting down trees for the community project. Oh, did not click fast enough. Moved. Let's move over here. Well, right now I only really have 2 fish that go in the smoker because the other 2 are for the museum. Oh, whoops. Got a little too ahead of myself with trying to reel in. Alright. Chop those off. I'd say the sooner you get all, like, you know, the upgrades. But you can't get all of the preservation upgrades, you know, in 1 month. I don't think. But, you know, I'd say getting them as soon as you can is, like, a good course of action. Just because of how important preserving food becomes later on. A little critter right there, but, you know, I don't have the stuff to get you. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 more fish for the smoker. And then my energy will go into cutting down trees, I guess. Yep, missed that one. Those 2 are a bit too far out for me to get. Oh, there we go. I keep catching new things, and while that's great for, like, the museum, it's also like, man, I can't put you in the smoker. Okay, I guess, check the marsh then for fish. Here we go. Oh, the amount of stamina I have, I might only be able to chop down, like, a single tree. Okay. Unless, you know, I could eat these plants. They won't give me too much stamina back, but give me something. It takes like 11 energy, more or less. Trees. Like 10 for the tree and then like 1 for the stone. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to do much. Unless I eat the radishes. Like, 1 more tree I can get. Just pull all these weeds so, you know, get seeds. Alright, let's plant these real quick. But I don't have energy for watering them. Maybe I could, I do have some money. I could buy, like, a food item from, the inn. Get some more stamina real quick. So I'm making the most of the day. Alright. There we go. 63 stamina. That should be pretty good. Drop off these materials. Oh, we need compost. Oh, that one. That one's gonna take a while. I might have to build quite a few, compost bins. That means, like, my hardwood. I'll have to use any hardwood I get. I'm gonna make a chest real quick for stuff out here. I'm gonna put... where should we put this? I guess we can put it right there. It's just that there's, like, stuff in my house that is crafting stuff that I don't want in the house. At the moment. Let's put the copper bars and the planks away for now. Plant debris. and the tree seeds. And I guess the kibble because... Oh, we can take that for the... What do we call it? The fish trap. Yeah, we don't have critters right now, but we do have fish trap we can use it in. Water these real quick. I don't know if the plants will get upset at me because I, planted them and then didn't water. And then go about cutting down trees. Okay. Oh, I should probably store also the vinegar, because we don't really need that right now. Then I have a hayseed I can go plant. And then I guess let's just do some more weed pulling to maybe get crop seeds to plant. Okay, hold on. If I pull out the scythe, there we go. It like highlights the weeds. This thing's a bit easier. Got 3 mint right now. Okay, I gotta look at skills. There's that compost one. Not compost. I might, just because we need compost for that community build, I might get this. So we get the stuff faster. I'm still gonna have to build like more than like 2 compost pits, but make any sort of progress. The villagers will also donate to the community building, but obviously they usually don't give nearly as much as like you can get a hold of. It's like donate under the belief that you're the only person donating, I guess. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna rest and then, that'll be end of the day and then also probably the end of this video because I am pushing, past 2 hours. Okay, still have plenty of food in the root cellar. And here's what was donated to the community project. So we still need 110 hardwood, 120 medium wood, bunch of sticks, stone. We're almost there in mushrooms, but like that's like the lowest thing we need. And then, you know, a measly 8 out of 100 compost. So yeah, I'd say compost is probably going to be the hardest to fulfill. And it is raining. Cool. Good time to. I guess I'll just plant these crops first and then end things for today. Alright, nice. So yeah, that is it for this video of Grimshire. If you liked my content, consider leaving a like and subscribing if you're not already subscribed. And if you would like to see me do a full playthrough of the early access build for this game, which covers year 1, so, you know, there's 4 months for games like these with 28 days in each. There's spring, summer, fall, winter. So if you want to see me go all the way to the end, which is winter 28, then let me know in the comments. I'll also, maybe when this video goes out, put a poll on my YouTube channel, or if people want to see a full playthrough of this. So yeah, thanks again for checking out the video, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye everyone.